Silas Maths.
The best place to learn mathematics.
Hi friend, welcome back to class. I believe you had a great learning experience from our previous class. Alright, if you have not subscribed to this channel, so please do well to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, okay, so that whenever we drop the content, you will be notified on that. Alright, so without wasting much of our time, today we are going to talk about place values involving decimals, right? Involving what? Decimals. Okay, so let's first of all talk about decimal a little bit before we move over to place value. Decimals rather are those numbers that have what? Decimal points. Any number that have a decimal point, that is something like a dot like this, in between the numbers is what we call what? Decimal numbers. So let's take, for example, we have this number. Now let's take a look at this number. We have 246. Then look at something in between this 4 and 6. That is a point. That point is called decimal point. All right, so this number is read as 246.42. So the numbers after the decimal point are read as digits. All right, they are read as what? Digits. Why the ones before the decimal point are read as a whole number? Okay, so this part is called the whole part. Why this part is called the what? The decimal part. Okay, let me describe it this way. All these numbers here are called the what? A whole. Call them the whole. Why these parts are called the what? The decimal parts. Okay, these are decimal parts. Why this one here is called the what? The decimal point. This is decimal point. Okay, so whenever we have numbers like this that have this point, it is called a decimal number, or yes, a decimal number. A decimal number has a whole part, decimal part, and a decimal point. So how do I find the place values of this kind of numbers? Okay, how do I find the place values of this kind of numbers? So let's take a larger number, or a number that have a larger decimal part. For example, let's take a look at this. Let me wipe out the board. Okay, you can take down these notes as well. So let's say we have this. Now let's take a look at this number. Now if you observe this number closely, we have decimal points, right? Okay, yes, we do. So from this point of the decimal point to this side is called the what? The decimal part. While this part of the decimal point towards your left side is called the what? The whole part. Now, if I want to write out the place values of these numbers, I'm going to treat this whole part as previous examples we have taken. So for this place, the first digit, or the digit before the decimal point, right, is called is having the place value of unit. Are you with me? So this one here is unit. It's taking the position of unit. Note, units before the decimal point. So why this one is tens, hundred, thousand, and 10,000, and so on and so forth, why you are moving towards this side. Now, why after the decimal point, or in the decimal part, the first digit there takes a unique position, and that is tenths. We call it TENTX. TENTS. Tenths. Why 0, that is this one, 3. Why 0 takes the position of what? Hundredths. 100. Then you now put THS. Hundredths. So note, after the decimal point we have what we call tenths. You add THS. Why the next one is hundredths, you add THS. Why the next one will be what? The next number will take the position of what? Thousandths. Thousand, just write thousand. Then you now put THS. Why the next one will take the position of what? 10,000ths. 10,000ths. and so on and so forth. So when you are moving towards this way, note what is happening to the names of these place values. We are adding THX, but after the decimal point, the first one is not units, it is what? Tenths, followed by hundredths, followed by what? Thousandths, then followed by what? 10,000ths. All right, while in the whole part, after units we have our tens. All right, after tens we have hundreds. After hundreds we have what? Thousands. After thousands, what next? What do we have next? We have 10,000, and so on and so forth. So note, always note where the unit starts from whenever we have decimal numbers. Right, the unit started at the number before the decimal point, or at the first number in the whole part. All right, why in the decimal part the first one started with what? Tenths. All right, so we've been able to verify how to write these ones in like units. Units can be written as 1/10, 1 and 0, 100, 100, thousands, 1000, and so on and so forth. So let's verify, how do we represent tenths in real number. So before we do that, I would like you to copy down this. It's very, very important to note how to write this down. So copy it down, pause the video and copy it down, then let's jump into the other part. So let's see how we can represent the decimal part, right? The decimal part in real number. So for tenths, which is the place value immediately after the decimal point, we can represent it as 1/10. While for hundredths, we can represent it as 1/100. While thousandths can be represented as 1/1000. 10,000ths is 1/10,000, and so on and so forth. So that is how we represent, unlike the unit, which is represented by tens, 10, that's 10, 100, and the rest of them. So please take note of this. This is very, very important, because when we start talking about values of numbers, of digits in a number, we are going to be needing this. All right, so we're going to call it a day for now. In our next class, we're going to discuss values of digits in a number. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.